Before I got any clients from cold email and was able to make my first Stripe screenshot, I was terrible. I sent tens of thousands of cold emails that just did not work. Emails that cuddled in the spam folder, reaching out to prospects that say the F word instead of hello. I was worse at cold email than picking up girls. And that's bad. And to show you how bad it was, I want to share a little story. It was around the end of 2022. I moved out to a new city to start a new life, and I decided to start an agency. I had some marketing skills, so why not? And because I was living with my savings, I had to act quick. And like the rookie that I was, I thought e-commerce is the best niche. Trust me, it wasn't. I did everything I could to find leads, that I even learned a little bit of coding. I put in blood, sweat, and tears into lead generation. I was using automation formulas in Google Sheets to find CEO names from website URLs. Then I would split their name and use an email permutator to create a bunch of different possible emails the CEO could use. Then I would verify to find valid email addresses, and then I would blast my silly little sales emails with 7 follow-ups. I'm telling you, I wasn't good. I sent thousands of cold emails and got 0 clients. I did sign 3 or 4, but all of them found me instead of me reaching out to them. My inbound that wasn't even set up, that I didn't spend any time on, worked better than my outbound, which I spent all of my time on. But all of my effort wasn't for nothing, because I learned a lot. And today, I'll share exactly what I learned, starting with being patient. Ever heard slow and steady wins the race? That is true with cold email. Let me tell you a story. When I started out, I knew nothing about cold email. So the first thing I did was get a Gmail Chrome extension, create 5 new Gmail mailboxes, and start blasting cold emails. If you haven't guessed it, yes, I got 0 responses and destroyed my mailbox reputation. Everything was ready to be trashed. Instead of this quick rushed approach, you need to take things slow. Cold outreach in general needs quite a bit of setup and warm-up time before you send out any cold messages, or else you could ruin everything. For cold email, you need to wait at least 14 days after you create your mailboxes before you can send any cold emails. Why? Well, there are a couple of reasons, like your domain settling and email warm-up, which is required to be kept on for as long as you're sending cold emails. I know, it's hard to stay still when you have this great idea and want to reach out to people. But trust me, if you don't warm up your mailboxes for at least 14 days before you do cold outreach, you'll fail in weeks, if not days. You'll also fail if you focus on lead quantity, not quality. That's the second lesson. To give you an example, let me tell you what I was selling when I was reaching out to e-commerce leads. Back then I was offering content creation services, and I still do that a little bit differently, but no longer to e-commerce customers. Why? Because they don't really need it. Sure, my content creation package can get them millions of views on TikTok, but why wouldn't they just invest the same money into paid ads without risking it all on me? Thing is, my product wasn't the best option for them. Those leads were not a great fit for me. Not only that, I was reaching out to closed stores that I scraped or founders who did not have the budget for my services. So in the end, I got nothing. That's why lead quality matters a lot more than quantity. Sure, you can get a bigger Salesforge plan and reach out to 100,000 people a month, but if none of them can benefit from your product, you won't get any sales. It's silly. Spray and pray tactic is closer to gambling than an outreach tactic. Before you do any outreach, please spend some time polishing your leads. Make a list of the best customers, people you'd love to partner up with, clients you would work for free, and then build a lookalike audience, a list of people who are similar to your ideal client's profile. This way, when it comes to lead generation, you get the best leads possible. And if your lead is top tier quality, you won't need many emails to get great results. I mean, look at it this way. Reaching out to low quality lead lists is like shooting with a sniper rifle, but you're on a bouncy castle while it's being towed in a field. Like, what are you doing? You're never going to make the shot. Same goes with cold email. You wouldn't be reaching out to car mechanics to offer them gardening services, right? No. And this example might seem extreme, but it isn't. This is how you sift through good and bad leads. Even if you're selling gardening services, some parks have hundreds of gardeners listeners. They won't need you, so you don't reach out to them. The biggest problem with cold email is that it's all automated. I think if you were doing cold calling instead of cold email, you'd understand why quality matters more than quantity. Because with cold calling, you can only do a set amount of calls a day. So theoretically, you'll get the best results if you prioritize the highest quality leads, starting from the ones that match your ICP the best and working your way down the list. You agree, right? Please nod. It feels like I'm talking to myself. Kidding. So why is it any different with cold email? Why do people think they can just send as many cold emails as possible and they will hit gold? You wouldn't sit down to cold call just to dial random numbers, hoping they don't pick up just so you could flex how many cold calls you did that day, right? You wouldn't do that. The goal isn't to increase the number of outreach calls or emails. The goal is to get people interested and see the Stripe numbers go up. And if you're focusing on sending as many cold emails as possible instead of reaching out to the right prospects, then you can forget your Stripe password because you won't need it. Everything I said up until now is based on one simple principle. In sales, you have to put yourself last. I know your therapist may say otherwise, but this isn't about self-love. We are talking about sales here. In real life, sure, treat yourself to a Snickers bar, chill in a hot tub, but in sales world, your client is above you. Let me share a story to help you understand what I mean. When I started cold email and cold outreach in general, I just wanted money. I thought this is what it's all about. You send cold emails, collect cash, go to Dubai. That's life, right? Wrong. I was dead wrong. Because I was focusing on my needs, nothing worked. Instead of me looking for a way to help my prospects solve a problem, to get to their desired result and earn them money, instead of all of that, it was all about myself. And because of my misguided beliefs, my narcissism seeped into my cold emails. It looked like I was asking for money. Hey John, do you want my services? Please pay for my services. Just following up, do you want to give me your money, please? Hey John, have you seen the last email about me asking for your money? Please, man, just a little bit of money. Hey, do you have some budget for me to live a good life? Hey man, please, just following up on that message that I sent you last Monday about me asking for some money. That's what my cold email sequences looked like to the prospects. And you may not think yours looked that way, but I didn't think my emails were bad either. And there's a chance your emails are written around your needs too, not your prospect needs. This one switch from being greedy to helpful will change everything. It will be seen in your messaging, your email copy, the amount of follow-ups, the leads you reach out to, the way you talk on sales calls, everything. It's so significant that I could say putting myself last is the main reason I became successful. It may sound backwards, but that's how it is. Sales is just value exchange. You provide services, you get smackaroonies. But if you send cold emails that focus on asking money rather than sharing the value of your service, well, you won't get far. I mean, if you look at it, this mentality is everywhere. Store managers say customers are always right, and those stores are making quite a bit of money. So think about it. Or don't, because in the next video, I'll share a checklist for successful cold email, so you'll never ever need to think again. Just follow it and you'll succeed. Peace.